doubt that she'll ever watch this. I hope she does, because Saturn over Venus, you won't, in Pisces, you won't see it coming.
Nope.
It's going to blindside you. You're going to wake up one day and be like, what?
Where the fuck? Why can't I log into my account?
Right. Where did my money go? Wait a minute. We broke up. Wait a minute.
Right.
And when Saturn gets into Pisces, well, I'm telling you, watch. Come Saturn into Pisces, you start seeing that all over the place, everyone. When someone says Saturn's finally into Pisces, watch her for the next 2.5 years. See what happens to her finances, her relationships, her ability to communicate, the way that she feels self-love, and her projection and her performance. And in the next 2.5 years, you are going to see that shit start going.
I was gonna say, if she ain't got it now, which I'm just gonna assume that she doesn't. Yeah, she definitely gonna get it in the next 2.5. That shit is definitely gonna call everything into question.
And they still have Saturn returns forthcoming.
She probably might take a hiatus from TV for a minute too.
A disappearing.
We were talking about Pisces, being isolation. So she might take a break to get her shit together for real.
Yep. Yeah. And dealing with escaping in the physical, escaping from being underneath her karmic debt's thumb.
How you doing mentally right now, though? Are you in a good place?
Yeah. I'm a little sad sometimes.
About what?
But it's not like, oh, I'm sad. It's more like, you know how you want things a certain way and it's not a certain way, so you just like, eh. So that's me.
Broken contracts. Venus, Saturn running over Venus and Pisces says a broken contract. And what's crazy is that, unfortunately, I doubt that she'll ever watch this. I hope she does, because Saturn over Venus, you won't, in Pisces, you won't see it coming.
Nope.
It's going to blindside you. You're going to wake up one day and be like, what?
Where the fuck? Why can't I log into my account?
Right. Where did my money go? Wait a minute. We broke up. Wait a minute. My contract was over. Y'all ripped up my contract.
I don't remember reading this.
Right.
This term. I don't remember that. I ain't see that.
Broken contracts in the film industry as
well.
Y'all,
like Saturn.
Careful in them deals.
Or
with music, Marie.
Yeah.
Maybe she stops doing that.
Agreement. Yeah. Saturn and Pisces. As she gets on it right now, she can hurry up and get her affairs in order and put a pause to the erraticness of Aquarius energy that Saturn and Aquarius is doing. Because it's touching her. It's touched her South Node, her Neptune, and her Uranus. And if she can that's the thing. She's got to break out of the ideal of her relationships and believing that she is spiritually connected to this thing.
Well, how the hell do you meet Blueface?
My homegirl, her name is Jay. She hit me up like, can you do this video for Blueface? I said, I think you can be great for it because you fake ghetto and like, whatever, you know how Bad Girls Club is? I said, what are you talking about? She's like, how you fight bitches? I was like I'm from Baltimore, so like scrapping a bitch ain't, like, I look cute and sweet, but I will go there with you because I'm not a bitch. So it's like, oh, I get it. And then she like telling me like, yeah, I think you should do the Blueface shit because it's actually lit and it'll get your mind off what you're going through. So I'm like, all right, I send in the tape, I get picked or whatever. And then like you send a video, he responded right back. And then like, probably like a couple days in, like a week later, oh, we moving into shit, like it was different. So I was like, all right, fuck it. And then it was crazy because like on my little apartment shit, the first month rent is free. So that month that was free, I was in face shit, like Blueface shit, going viral. And this nigga like ended up signing me because he like heard my song and shit. Like, I don't know if it's God for real, having like favor over my life for the right person to see you and pick you up. That's how I feel. Because I feel like that with any other, like, my whole life, a coach always did that. A family member, like the right family member always did that. Like, I don't know, somebody always saw me with potential and like fuck with me. So it was like he was like one of those, like an angel came out of nowhere. So
just as to put out as a note for our listening audience as well, there's no fucking
hell is a spiritual place too.
Yeah, hell is right. There's no such thing as a twin flame.
That's one of my videos, long videos I'm working on. Well,
there's no
kind of
such
says
thing.
that.
There's a go. Use this as an intro to that. There's no such thing as a twin flame. You ain't got a soulmate, honey. You got soulmates, baby.
You got
you got partners, and you got millions of them, baby. They is all over the world because there's planetary placements that exist for the 7 billion people on this planet that mesh well with you. Ain't no twin flame and ain't no soulmate. We got soulmates, okay?
Plural.
Rock, your other boo is out there too. Yo, I ain't trying to look, they gonna come for me, but I'm telling you, it's not just him. There's more.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that too, especially with her Pisces Cancer energy. If she don't learn her lesson with him, it's gonna come in the form of somebody else, and it's gonna keep happening.
Every relationship she's been in has been spiritual, baby. Listen to me. Listen to me. All your relationships been spiritual, huh?
Yeah.
When you get drunk, the first thing you tell people is, "We were supposed to be here. There's a reason we're connected."
And that's why you love him so much. You feel like he changed like your entire life.
I don't feel like it. I know he did. I feel like, okay, say if like something happened, we both don't understand it, but you understand it. Like I understand it because I'm so deep and spiritual. I be like, yeah, this is what it is, and that, and then I'm like, yeah. So I don't know. Motherfuckers have a moment and don't notice that moment with that person, and they're like, oh yeah, me. I'm like, oh, this is what it is. So I'm sticking beside it. Like what? I'm sorry, I'm from Baltimore. You don't come across shit like this unless it's real. Like, it was real. So.
There's a reason you came into my life. There's a reason why I'm in your life. All this didn't happen by mistake. Baby, think about every relationship. You sat down with your cup of Hennessy telling people y'all belonged together in the same room.
Ooh,
that is the ideal.
Mercury.
That is the delusion there. It's not, It's true and it's not true. They may be there for your downfall just as much as they're there to be connected to you. And it's your discernment that you've thrown to the wind, because she could actually be a person who knows better. Having Uranus and Neptune and in your 12th house of your sun with Venus and Mercury and the sun in Pisces, baby can be intuitive, spiritually connected. Out this world. Moon in Cancer, this a water child right here.
My senses telling me where he at. I know where he at. He don't even gotta text me for real.
He knows.
Yes.
He knows exactly what's up. That's probably why she grabbed that nigga phone.
Yeah, she knows.
I can't explain it, my nigga. It's so annoying. Like, he a toxic nigga. Sorry.
So wait.
I would not deny that she don't know. She knows shit. She knows shit about people. She could pick up on things before you know it. She's prophetic in her dreams. She's got this down, but she is surrounded by people that will twist those dreams into nightmares. So now what you're seeing is the delusion side of it all.
And then the part of the delusion, I think, too, that comes with a lot of Pisces energy is you being a martyr when nobody asked you to.
Yes.
Like you've created this thing in your head that if I just do this for him or that for him and okay, this is the behavior now, but let me show my loyalty. Let me
I really love him. He support me. He like, hey, we're gonna go to, like, we came to this fucking interview together. Like, he's really my support system. He's the only person that really believed in me. But it's like what he raised from, if his mother raised him the way he raised him, or the way he loved women and how he treat them, that have nothing to do with me. I'm fake teaching him how he's supposed to treat a real bitch. And yeah, it's a project. Like, I'm the first one to really, I'm down with it though. Like, why the fuck everybody mad that I'm down with this situation? Fuck y'all. Y'all don't even know what we going on, how much money we receive. Like, what? Nigga, this is a bag, nigga. If we don't capitalize off of this, we dumb. Right?
And I'm gonna do this, and then when something happens, and sometimes it only takes one thing to really set you over the edge, that one fish that was swimming in this direction starts swimming in the other direction. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because Pisces can run cold too, even though people act like it can't. But that is alarming to me.
Yeah, she's in the wrong environment. If she were around people who would make it a safe space for her to explore her spirituality, to explore her emotions in a safe place, then she would be a bombshell as far as being able to perceive and see things that other people can't see, and actually be a healing force for a lot of motherfuckers, which might be what this ends up turning into for her, is that after dealing with she's dealing with a lot of psychological abuses, a lot of spiritual abuse.
Yeah.
You know, them calling her crazy.
You know, you've been going viral over time, man, and it's one of them things where a lot of women are online and they think you're crazy. They think you should leave them. You know, a lot of people think, you know, they say, I couldn't be Chrisean, or Chrisean couldn't be me. I would have been did this.
Because I feel like, look, everybody in a circumstances like this, but can't really capitalize it off of me. I'm so fucking smart, and like, I got a lot to come with the table. So if you really do want to like play with me, you're gonna feel dumb playing with me. You're gonna have to keep me. Like, all right, I did all this shit to this nigga, but why I'm still with him? Cause he know what the fuck who he dealing with. Just like I know who the fuck I'm dealing with. So I'm gonna like, yeah, breaking your shit every time I get a chance to if you wanna play dumb.
What the fuck happened to my window? I got bitches breaking in to give me the skins.
Cause when I get the plan done, where you at? You right up on my pussy, like.
Stop letting them call you crazy, baby. You know what you know, and you ain't crazy in all incidences, okay? And they're using the fact that you could tap into their emotions and you know what's going on in the room right when you step into it. She one of them people who go, I can feel it shift. What the fuck is going on? And then they look at her like, you just crazy. Ain't shit going on. She's in the wrong environment. She ain't fucking crazy. She knows, but they're driving her
like
crazy,
something that
questioning her.
I've learned about Cancer people, or especially like Cancer moons and shit. Like they tend to keep a lot of yes men around them, because it keeps them from getting their feelings hurt. But your feelings are gonna be hurt when it comes out that they weren't as real as you thought they were, which you knew in the beginning. But again, because they were playing this game with you, she let it again go under the radar, or with those rose-colored glasses. Like you got to start keeping people around you who are going to be honest with you. And fuck your feelings. You need people that's going to keep it real with you, Cancer.
Yes.
Is her Chiron conjunct Pluto? Yeah.
No, her Chiron, is it? Yeah. Her Chiron conjunct her Pluto. Yeah. That's why I said the jealousy and the sex is a wound for her. And I imagine that he knows this.
So what's a regular day like for you guys?
We wake up, I cook, I'm horny as then we go to his little boxing practice, and then after that.
Okay. So how many times a day would you say?
3.
3 every day? Every day?
Yeah.
Or most days?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes when he too tired to.
So he's too tired, not you though?
Never. I be putting him to sleep. I be like, I be wishing like he don't go to sleep after, but he go to sleep.
Yeah.
Buenas noches.
You know, he knows that that he can manipulate her.
And then it's a benefit to him.
Yeah.
That's crazy, because when we talk about Chiron, I know it's like a wound for us, but in a lot of cases, it's something that's an advantage to somebody else or healing to somebody else. It does something for people that it don't do for you. It's like, damn, I'm making all this fucking medicine to like give to people, get them addicted, and I can't even like fix myself here.
Okay, so marriage and kids. So what's your relationship like with the mother of his child, Jaden?
I'm not really talked to her.
You guys have met though, right?
Yeah, when we was like when I was him, she walked up in the house.
Oh my
disappointed. Then her mother come trying to be her backup fade, and she tried whatever tussle. Her phone fell, so I picked up her phone like hello. She like give me my phone. And his baby was like, give my mother phone. He's butt ass naked. I'm butt ass naked. Give my mother phone. I'm looking at this. Oh, you want the phone? So So I tossed it and hit it in her face.
How did you feel when you guys had been together? You and Blue had been together for a while, and then she got pregnant when you guys were together, right?
We be beefing over certain things or we not really locked in. So when we like really like, oh, I really with you. Oh, for real,
Yeah.
For real, Blue. So like, it was more like, it was already too late, and then he had like whatever, a kid. Me, I didn't feel no type of way about it because I know you feel dumb about it, but not really. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know when a kid comes, you don't feel bad for nothing. Like, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, why you had me get rid of mine?
Right.
So now he want a family. Like, it's just
so you guys
the back and forth of
right.
the confusion got me up.
That's a lot.
And you know, it's not to say, and I just want to put this out here either, because I'm not a woman bashing, male bashing person. I don't do battle of the sexes. I don't like that shit. That shit is stupid to me because how you get here.
That shit is draining too.
Yeah,
like,
that shit is mad dumb to me. Right, that shit is mad dumb to me. So, but I will say that overall, what it is she is a benefit to him. He is a detriment to her. That does not mean that he's just overall a detriment. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just this particular partnership makes him her sorrow. That's just how this partnership lined up astrologically. You know, he is the Mars oppose her Mars. He is the 12th house sun. He is the Saturn and the Mars squaring her moon. Do you see what I'm saying? He is the detriment to her. I wouldn't even say the detriment. He is the lesson bringer to her life, and she is the benefit to his. You know, because he can get off all his emotional steam with her. And I know that sounds terrible, but that's basically like you're my punching bag for when I feel shitty. Because I know that you give me the release of my steam. Now that's a terrible way to get a benefit, but it's equivalent to I go to the gym to get off my anger. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to him, he's like, I could just blow off steam with her. If I'm feeling frustrated, I know I can poke her, and I get all that off my chest using her because she ain't gonna go nowhere.
I gotta ask you, how would you describe the relationship between you and Chrisean right now?
I think our relationship is growing, it's building, you know? I always say great relationships are built. You'll never find a relationship that's great without, you know, ups and downs. So as far as me and her, we building. I think we'll have a skyscraper by the time we're done, you know, if all goes well.
Okay.
You know, if she don't burn my house down or anything beforehand.
Yeah, I don't know, bro, because you be throwing her out there sometimes. You want to cry in the Maybach or so.
I mean,
would you rather cry in a Maybach or a Toyota?
You know what I mean? I can earn money from her. I can earn popularity from her. She is a benefit to him.
So you have a little one, but it's not with Chrisean. Have y'all talked about it, and how does she feel?
No, we ain't talked about it. I mean, it's nothing to talk about. She has no option but to accept it and respect it, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing to talk about, you know. Everybody's coming. There ain't no stopping, and you know, I'm gonna love it just as much as I love my son. So,
okay,
deal with it.
All right,
deal with it or deal with it.
That's at her expense. You know what I mean? And he has his own issues. The moon squares his Mars and Saturn. There's mom issues, parenting issues, home life issues that he's dealing with, or that he's dealt with. I wish we had a birth time, then we can know what area of life that these are affected. You know what I mean? Because he has that quincunx to the moon, to the sun. I'd like to know what area of life that affects. You know what I mean? Where is the mother quincunxing his son? Because that's his mother. It works sometimes, it doesn't. You know what I mean? But yeah, my astrological analysis is that this is a karmic relationship. They are there to learn lessons. I don't see long term, and I see that it gets worse before it gets better. And the better is the separation, you know.
And how easily that'll come will really be up to her.
That's why I said he's her lesson bringer.
Hopefully she gets her shit together before that transit happens, though, because when Saturn comes through, he not really giving you a choice.
No.
No.
Yeah, so
And she could fall into despair. This is
that's gonna
Saturn
be
and
really
Pisces is alcohol abuse, drug abuse,
Yes.
and really feeling like you're losing your mind. And when you're in an environment that's not conducive to healthy emotional upbringing or stability or things of that matter, you'll feel like you're going crazy.
Yeah, and she gonna constantly be on the up and down with that Cancer moon. Like every time the moon changes a degree,
Oh my God,
she's gonna be feeling differently. That's gonna be really hard or difficult. So yeah.
He adds to her delusions. With the sun
and then we're
on
behind the
Neptune.
scene. His friends are not her friends, and she needs to also know that too. As a solar chart with his Uranus being in her 12th house, as well as her Uranus being
his circles are a source of sorrow.
Yeah, his circle is a source of sorrow.
As a Pisces friend, oh my God, was that
lady? I think
I had that exact lesson. Like that was one of the very first lessons in my Saturn return. His friends are not your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Even if y'all were all friends before you started dating, not your friends.
Yep, they're not
always
your friends.
Gonna have loyalty to him.
Yeah.
I think we need to do something to showing how to use solar charts. Because a lot of people will just feel like, what is the fucking point of pulling a chart if I don't have a birth time? You know what I mean? If they
let's pull up her chart, just her chart as a solar chart.
Okay.
All right. So let's animate it this way, and then we'll
set on the first house.
As long as it stays not 1 minute, goddamn, take us all day. As long as it doesn't go into the
you're just putting the sun on the ascendant, right?
Yeah, staying on the same birth date. So I got to go back.
Right.
There we go. Oh wait, hold on. And it has to be her degree. 28, 24, 18, 24, 18.
Okay.
What we're working with. So this is a chart of her solar chart. This is how you read
so this is the sun
sign.
Over from the 12th to the 1st.
Or
is it right on
the sun is right on the ascendant.
Right. Okay. It's like it's directly on the ascendant. Of course, it just appears to be that it's over in the 12th house. It's literally right. It's rising.
Because earlier
the sun
it
rises
was like
this
a little bit into the first house. So I was just asking.
This part of the chart is the daytime, and this part of the chart is the nighttime. So having the sun here means that it's rising. This is the break. This is dawn. If you
Eastern rising.
Yeah, this is dawn. So if that's basically what the sun is. The sun is the shine of dawn. So we put it right on the ascendant. We'll give you a read for a solar chart. The identity of oneself that is the motive underneath the ascendant. Now, the ascendant would actually show us physically what's going on in the physical world and the material world as far as what she's dealing with. This would be more of what's motivating those things to happen. So having her sun already at the ascendant, we have her Venus and her Neptune in the 12th house, first house. So this part of her, we see in her behavior. This is actually in her 12th house, 11th house. So her circle of friends will see this as well. This is also the things that she suffers with, her Uranus, her South Node, and her Neptune. Her social group will also see this as well because it falls in the 11th house of the 12th sign. So she has a lot of this going on here, where it's her social network, her solitude behind the scenes, and her projection and her behavior as a sun sign is what she's dealing with. And if you look already, she has Mercury on the 7th house. The ruler of Mercury is in her 12th. She has a lot of relationships. This is relationships. You know,
that definitely is.
Relationships. The ruler of Mercury of Virgo is in her 12th house, first house, in Pisces. Look at the delusions about how she thinks or analyzes relationships with others. You know.
There's, oh my God, Marie, she gonna go through a nodal square. I just went through one.
How was that? Explain what you imagine would be her experiencing that. Oh, and it's the same nodal square, isn't it?
Yes, because we both are North Node and Leos. Ma'am, first of all, the group does not define you, my love. Who you're associated with does not define you, my love. Yes, groups are important. Who you're connected to, networking, that's important. But who the fuck are you? Are you here living what you're supposed to be living? Are you falling back, letting him to take the lead and his people and all of that? The shakeup that I got was in several ways because in my chart I have. Why did I pick this difficult chart? As far as the rising, because my nodes, of course, I'm a Libra rising, opposite energy in opposite houses. So what winds up happening is I really struggle with my nodal placement. It's like, it's a lot. But young lady, what she needs to figure out is like, you are here to stand out. You was right when you said she was the star.
I love him. So like I'm building whatever I'm building with him. And I have to do with my money and my career. What's up? Like I'm like what? You feel me? I'm on to something. I'm trying to capitalize off of that shit. Like I'm not about to let that shit go by. Like
you were right when you said that. She's supposed to lead. She's not supposed to be taking his lead.
The back seat.
Yes, and that
him, she's always gonna be in the back seat.
He wants to be in front, and he's not necessarily supposed to be the front runner in that situation. But then again, I don't really encourage this relationship. And then with Neptune conjunct that South Node, you're really deluded about what you're doing because listen, we can use our South Node to reach our North Node purpose, is what I tell people all the time. But if you rely on it too heavily and you have natal placements that are like touching your South Node, it's a little bit harder for you to come to the point where you really embrace going towards the path that you're supposed to, and you're susceptible. And isn't his son on her South Node and her Neptune? Like, yeah. So like, oh my God, he's only encouraging you to whatever script y'all ran one of y'all lifetimes while y'all were together, and that just feels so good to you. That was the past, honey. He could be a springboard, of course, for the world to become aware of her. That's how he helped her. That's how the South Node with his son on it, helped to push her. But he's not the end all be all for you. You are the show, love. You are the show. So that uncomfortable feeling is going to have to come to a head. I forget where the nodes are exactly right now. And since they move naturally retrograde, everybody, when the nodes entered Taurus and Scorpio, it started at 29 degrees and it's moving backwards. My nodes are at 29 degrees, so I immediately felt that shit. Like, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
But it's at 16 degrees.
Okay. All right. So I'm trying to time how much.
Oh, look at that. Oh, no, never mind.
No, go ahead. What?
Where's her, No, her Chiron's in Sagittarius. I don't know why I thought it was in Scorpio.
No, it's his that's in Scorpio.
Yeah, I did. I had a question about that because I've never really seen this setup. Pluto conjunct Chiron in Sag. Like the first thing that comes to my mind is like foreign affairs or something. Of course, I don't know everything about this girl, so I don't know how it could play out. But like, for you guys,
sexual exploration causes a wound, or healing, or transformation, or I would also say that big resentments, like holding a grudge, really having huge resentments. Being that it's over here in her solar chart, then this would indicate the father, and being in Sagittarius. Okay. So there might be something dealing with the father, and of course the Pluto quincunxing her moon. And that might be also what's leading to her attaching herself to him so much, is that there's some parenting issues. I don't know her background.
I don't know enough about her background either.
Right, but I'd imagine that there was some kind of trauma dealt with the mother and the father in her life that hasn't at this point come to a point of healing her, obviously, because we see the trajectory that she's currently on.
So I'm 11th out of 12 siblings. My mother, she fucked with a nigga which is my dad. He cool, but he put her through some shit like abusive, like it was an abusive relationship. It was times when we had to run from that nigga. So I don't know, my life been a movie for real. I just been keep swimming and shit. Like
and then also, like I said, sexual exploration as well. So
that's a pain point. What he got her doing?
Her having a whole lot of sex or having
maybe I feel like being adventurous and up for anything is working against her sexually. We don't know what he be having her do. Right. Remember, she dying on a hill for him with that martyr energy.
She definitely. I mean, the nigga pull your hair out and you still saying he the best person, he the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know.
No, ma'am.
And again, I'm not talking shit because I'm a Pisces. I've been there, done that shit. So,
me too.
I mean, right. But still, like.
Oh, if people been watching us, they know we do not stand on a self-righteous soapbox over here.
No.
Okay.
Up until like maybe when I had my daughter, I was the first one to swing.
Yeah.
I was.
Okay.
And I didn't care if he was a man either. Like I like, you know how people be like, "Oh my God, she's a girl. Why would you do it?" I fully knew what I was getting myself into when I knocked that nigga upside his shit.
I'm gonna give you credit for that because a lot of women don't. I feel like if you hit a man, you just gotta be ready for whatever comes.
And I fully expected what happened to happen. But like when you're in your emotions and your feelings, you're not thinking about that. I'm gonna fuck you up. You got me fucked up. Like that was what was on my mind every single time that it happened. So with her, even like him fighting in the streets, like that was literally me and my child's father.
Yeah, her being manipulated is probably the biggest thing. And that's why I also said there was probably some parenting issues with the mother and father. If we look at this, she has a yod between Saturn.
Yep. Oh my God, pointing to Pluto. Jesus.
Directly to Pluto. You know, and I could say that this also means something else, but like I said, I don't know her background, and I don't even know if I want to
get into all that.
I go knock on the door and she's like, "Go get your brother." Like it sounded weird, and then I said, "What?" Like, "Mom, are you dying?" Like, but that was my instinct to think that, like, what's going on? And then I dropped my little tooth, went to go get my brothers, and then we barged through the door. She's against the wall with her neck off the floor. So it was like, to see things like that as a kid, it made me push back from my dad, and then love my mom wholeheartedly, but also like separate myself from
that part of your life.
Yeah, like I used to always stay at school to go to practice, and then after practice, stay at practice, and then if the coach was like, "Oh, you want to have dinner with us?" Yeah, I'll go to dinner with you.
Yeah, just try and stay.
Yeah, like I always found a way to run away from it.
But there may have, if you're catching wind, then you know what Pluto is, and you see that the father and the mother are pointing to that, then there may have been some issues concerning this in her upbringing in childhood.
Yeah,
that causes mommy. I'm going to say it, mommy and daddy issues. She has parenting issues that are springing her into this.
The Blueface cult.
Right. And this is also the thing as well, is that she is being manipulation is probably one of the biggest things that she has to deal with, even being in this social group as well. Women manipulating her, men manipulating her, authorities manipulating her, being manipulated in the home is a great cause of wounding for her as well, with this Chiron conjunct. So she feels this shit so heavily. Like, looking at her chart, I really feel bad for her. You know what she has, and she doesn't have anyone around her in her corner saying that, yo, look, you do have gifts, you are talented, you are imaginative, you are creative, you are a star, you are a leader, you are a healer, you are these things. Instead, she is around in a circle that's telling her, you're weird, you're strange, you're crazy, you're confused, you're delusional. You see, the opposite end that she's dealing with, and this type of manipulation is really going to cause a complete harm for them both. I also worry that this will lead somewhere for herself.
Yeah,
especially I don't like Pluto conjunct Chiron, because Chiron is already some shit that you don't completely heal from.
Right.
And then it's next to Pluto, which, I mean, she could, I don't know.
Yeah, I see some things there, unaliving yourself maybe too.
Yeah, she's considered it.
Yeah.
I will say that she has imagined the absolute worst for herself at her lowest points. And the best that she's getting from people is, you tripping. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do.
Like that doesn't do well. Like she's really going through some emotional things, and the best she's getting from people around her is you just tripping. You straight ain't even that big of a deal. Like you making it a big of a deal. Internally, these are very huge deals for her.
Real things.
Yeah.
Very real
Very
things.
real.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Astro G Ladies Roundtable, where we discuss the relationship between Blueface and ChriseanRock. Please stay tuned for a part 3, because there's so much more to talk about. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when we post the next video.